Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, October 14th. It's Monday. Hopefully your week was better than ours. Because ours went to crap real quick.
I'm going to say it the funny way I said it at work. Ready?
Okay.
We had a catastrophic failure of a kitchen faucet.
We had a kitchen faucet fountain.
Geyser.
Yeah.
You see the roof back there? The water was touching it.
The arch.
Yeah, it was shooting. Oh, I'm pretty sure it would have touched the ceiling because it wasn't stopping.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have touched the ceiling, but there is cabinetry up here. We had a very wet kitchen Thursday morning.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was bad enough.
Mental note to all those, if you have one of those faucets, a little looks like a little cylinder top with a screw-on part.
It's a straight out faucet. It's not the curvy neck style.
If you can afford to get it replaced, do it.
Yeah. Catastrophic failure. It's great.
Especially if you're going to get a portable dishwasher.
Yeah. So we bought a new dishwasher. Not dishwasher. We bought a new sink faucet on Saturday. But we also got me shelves for my craft room, which is great. Because it's 'tis the season to bring the plants inside, and I have way more plants than I intended to have. I need to, I don't know, bring the plant crazy down or something. I need to do something.
Can I make a super suggestion?
What?
Can you get more year-long than that's it plants? Like, you start them in the spring, and then you just have empty planters in the fall?
Perennials.
I have no idea.
Those are called perennials.
That would give you your volume without having the winter overload.
Well, I try to do a lot of annuals in the planters that static planters. The thing is, with Sipsipare at the beginning of summer, Carol always does. Carol, my wonderful friend Carol, always does succulent planters. And I always enter to win one, and I always end up winning one. And then at the end of summer, I kind of pull them apart and put them all in their own individual pots. I need to.
Okay, I don't know. Here's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Maybe you should just pitch the children.
No. I have...
Plants, by the way, people. Plants.
Plants, yes.
To those that don't know, because there might be some people who don't, what she's talking about is she gets a plant, and it reproduces in the pot.
Well, most plants do that.
And then she just she just puts the little ones in new pots.
Moved the aloe vera plants that have reproduced out of their pots lately. I have a spiky aloe plant. I actually have 2 of them now. Actually, I have more than 2 of them because the one that I got last year has started reproducing very, very effectively now that it's in a pot of its own. That's how I knew it was an aloe variety, because apparently when I get an aloe variety of plant, I end up with babies. It's going to stay in its pot until I absolutely have to move it. I just need less plants. I actually have found a Facebook group it's called Northeast Ohio Plant Purge. And they seem to have enough activity that plants people post to get rid of move along. Like, so we'll when I get to the point where I have to start divesting some plants, hopefully that's effective. But
heck, at this point, just put a table out in the front yard with some small plants saying $20 for a baby aloe plant.
Something like that. $5.
I paid for the pot and the soil. That's where I came up with 20.
It's probably what I paid for the pot and the soil. Actually, the pot was... Most of my pots that the olive babies are in are recycles.
But we have to keep buying them.
Well, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm working on getting the plants put away.
We finally got the flipping pool closed. It's October 14th, and we finally got the pool closed. One, the weather only recently started reminding us that winter was coming.
Yeah.
And two, almost all the days that we had available to do it, one or the other of us was busy, and it's a two-person job. You cannot close the pool by yourself. If you can, you have more toys at your disposal than I do.
Yes. So what else did we do? Oh, we had... So Saturday when we went to the... So Saturday, Medina County had their fall foliage tour. And you were not the only one not impressed with the list of sites. We actually talked about that at stitching today because a lot of the ladies were like, it used to be very different. But we did stop at a couple places. One of them, Richardson's Farm, Medina. It was a nice place. They had a nice little, shop where they had a lot of Walnut Creek foods, which I can get Walnut Creek foods locally. So I don't really, they had greenhouses. Clearly they have lots of spring plants.
They have turkeys.
They had some animals. If you wanted to, you could ride a hayride out into the pumpkin field and pick your own pumpkin. They had kid games. If we would have had a kid, I probably would have been more enthralled with that place.
This is the place you go, and this is the time you do it, when you want to take your kids to go get their pumpkins, so that way you can carve the pumpkins on that Sunday for Halloween.
It was great. It would have been fabulous if we would have had kids.
Because the jack-o'-lantern would last until the 31st, right?
At this point, probably. We just don't have kids, so it wasn't anything super exciting for us. Was it bad? Absolutely not. It just wasn't super exciting for us. We didn't go to Ravine's Edge. We didn't go to... There was another animal farm we didn't go to.
Laura had got her arm sore.
I have battle wounds and a new hobby I want to take up. We went to...
What? I didn't know you were that interested in doing it.
Isaac Walton. We went to the Isaac Walton League in Medina County. If you don't know what the Isaac Walton League is, it is basically an outdoors club. They are in most areas. Medina County has one. Lorain County has one. I don't really... Their mission statement is to protect and preserve the outdoors. Hunting, fishing, that sort of outdoorsy type stuff. I don't know what our Lorain County chapter has to offer. But the one in Medina, they let us shoot bows and arrows. And I had a good time. Except they didn't give us an arm guard. So even though I had a long sleeve shirt on, it still smacked me and it hurts a little. But
there are ways to hold it so that you don't do that. But yeah, they actually had left-handed bows.
They did.
Which a lot of places don't actually do that properly. That was really nice.
And fun.
Yeah. I mean, they were... If you know anything about bows, they were not high draw strength bows. They were practice bows. They were what you use to teach somebody who has no idea what they're doing how to do it. Because if you use an actual hunting bow, people will hurt themselves if they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Because you do not pull a bow with your arm. You pull it with your back muscles because your back is strong enough to pull the bow. Your arm is not. And that's like the number one thing you gotta teach people. And until they learn that, they should never use an actual good hunting bow.
Or a heavy pull bow.
That's a good hunting bow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything that can propel an arrow enough to take out a deer, you have to train how to do it. Look, so they had the good practice.
I don't want it for hunting. I literally want to put a target up somewhere in my yard and shoot arrows at it because that seems like fun.
Yeah.
That's That's where I'm at with it. Like, it's yeah. Anyways, we went to, they had a couple different the historical societies in Medina County open. We did go to one of them. They had a little quilt show there. We enjoyed that. We went to a winery that we didn't know about. It's only a couple years old, but it's like 15 minutes from our house. Which is nice because most of the wineries are a good 20 to 30 for us.
Also, this is the first winery I actually like more than one option from it, and it's not the double, the triple, the price option.
Yeah. So we had a good day Saturday. Thursday, after the kitchen faucet fountain extravaganza, while everything was drying out, I went to EGA lunch. I did not go to Stitch Day, but I did go to the luncheon because it was our 30th anniversary luncheon. It was really cool. We had it at a place called Serenity in Medina. It's a restaurant and culinary institute. They work with a group in Medina that does addiction recovery, and when the folks in the addiction recovery program get to a certain point in their recovery and they need to start building some job skills and some job resume things, they work with various organizations to do this. Well, Serenity is one of them, and it gives them training in food service, and so they spend 3 months in the front of the house, 3 months in the back of the house, and they can get hired in if they have, if the restaurant has space and all of that. And it's French food, and it's really good food. And
I don't know what French food I would like, but I know the last time I went to a fancy French place, I don't know what the mushrooms were called, but they were good.
Truffles.
No, it was not that expensive.
Okay.
No, it was actually what it was what they did to the mushroom, because it had a really good flavor to it. Like, they really, really well imparted flavor into it.
Well, mushrooms do take up the flavor of what you're cooking them with. I felt like I could have been served. So I got a mixed green salad, mussels, and creme brulee. And it was something that if I had a blindfold on and you put it in front of me, I would have said it was the same caliber, or I would have said this is the stuff that comes out of the fancy French place in Vermilion where you have to dress up, suit jacket. You can't wear jeans and a t-shirt too. We're talking fancy place, expensive. This place is not, but Serenity isn't like that. We walked in jeans. Most of us walked in jeans and shirts.
Got a question for the audience and for you. Who here is with me where if I have to follow a dress code, your food isn't good enough? No one can make food good enough for me to put a tie on. Like, special event, like somebody's getting married, and I'm already dressing up like a monkey anyway, fine, dandy. But I'm not going to go and dress myself up in a monkey suit to go out to eat. I have never had food that good where I want to put on the thing that makes it hard for me to eat. Because it literally, when you have the button down on the top, it constricts my neck and it's uncomfortable to chew and swallow. It feels weird. So I never eat with a button up all the way down with a tie. I never want to. Would anybody actually consider that good, or is it that's just overkill? And what would you wear?
I have dresses.
Do I have anything I can go in?
But see, I don't need to now because there's a really great French place where I can go in and...
Also, thank you for never trying to drag me to one of those.
Well, we also couldn't afford it. Okay. But as part of our... So, we had a nice little group meal. Our Madam President of our needle of EGA gave us all little favors, we shall say. She made these. She made them, in her spare time. It's a coaster. It's one of those coasters that's like open in the middle, so you can put your wine glass in there. It's open for a wine glass. It's got little... Medina is the Medina bees. So a lot of Medina things are very bee themed. We got a little plastic floss drop that's got a bee on it. You can't really see the bee. It's, a little acorn beeswaxer for your threads. And I put this back in the bag. I took it out of the bag. A little bit of floss. She used to be a EGA teacher, so she kind of has some little bits all over. And then a little needle book that says daylilies on it. You can't read it, but it says daylilies on the front. Oh, you can't see it. And then on the back, it has October 27th, 1994, EGA Great Lakes Region, which is when our chapter was chartered. Our EGA chapter is in the Great Lakes region. So EGA is the national organization. They have their regions. Obviously, we're in the Ohio. And then each chapter. You can literally be a member at large to any chapter in the country you want to be. You can be a member of multiple chapters. Or no, you can be a member of any chapter in the country you want to be. You can be a member of any chapter that you want to be. If you can't find a local chapter to join, or a chapter you want to join, you can be what's called a member at large. They also have what they call a cyber chapter, which is people who do it all on social media, on Facebook, I think it is. But I know my EGA chapter, Daylilies, offers a Zoom option where you can participate in the meetings and the classes via Zoom. So there you go. Oh, and I also won one of our centerpieces, which is a little creamer pin cushion. Super cute. It says, yes, dear.
I think we've had videos shorter than the intro.
We have. We have a lot to talk about today. And before we get to whips, I'm going to pause us for...
we forgot part of the intro.
Oh, we have to do comments.
I'll get her trained yet, y'all.
Comments.
Andrea and Darisa.
Thank you for commenting. It seems like we get more comments when I don't schedule the post to go up than when we do. So I may start just posting it on Tuesday morning when I wake up. And there we go. Alright, before we move on to whips, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to throw the french fries in, or the potato wedges in, for us for dinner. And we're back.
Yep, that was all 10 milliseconds for y'all.
Yeah. A couple minutes for me. Do I have any idea how long these potato wedges are going to take to cook in the oven? Absolutely not, because the only directions on them are how to deep fry them. They came from the ashtray. It's a learning curve.
Okay, yep, I'm just making sure I have battery life so I can call and order pizza.
I have more for us for dinner than potato wedges. And I'm starting off low.
Oh no, I was actually thinking cheesy bread as a backup side.
Well, I have a little bit more than just potato wedges for us to eat, so.
Okay, I'm just being a smart arse.
Yes. Well, alright, well, let's go into whips.
Okay, well, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to because, well, I have been very busy. But I did finish this. I got all of these stickers.
Are we done?
Done. It's really hard to tell the glare from the... Let me see. What? Hey, I see some of the stickers there.
Yeah.
yeah, this is my first MG, which is master grade. And yeah, like, these are retractable little doodads.
Doodads.
This gun is actually attached with a shoulder strap. This thing here. Literally, this thing kind of has a, if Captain America said, screw it, what's the biggest gun I can carry? And then give me a jump pack. A jet pack.
There you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. These open up too for more jetpack powers.
Cool.
Yup. Boop. Weep. Weep.
Oh, got some moving parts. Oh, fancy.
Oh yeah, they're fun. I will say that was also the first one I dealt with decals, which are not stickers, but they like you put them on there, then rub, and then it stays there. It's almost like a temporary tattoo.
Okay.
And that was interesting.
I gotta move this because it's gonna be in my way.
Our turn.
Our turn. Well, we did Oktoberfest last week. And I didn't get the week finished because of all of the crazy in the house. Yes. Yeah. So I did my Sal prompt. I did my Star Touch Meadow December block. My stitches on that. And I did 310 stitches. This is just on a piece of white 16 count Aida. I worked in here. Oh! I finally got the missing colors, so I filled in the missing colors on this. I worked in here, and I did a little bit down here. And I have filled in the missing color on the November block today for next week. So that was 310 stitches. Wow. I'm talented. I forgot what I was doing in the middle of it. And then pulled out Belle by RTM, Quaker Fantasies. Put that in there. If I don't put stuff away, it gets lost. This is just on a piece of white 32 count. I did 809 stitches on it. All gray fill-in.
Gray on white. I am so sorry.
It's enough of a contrast. It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
But as you can see, I'm not done. 809 stitches, and I'm not done.
You done? You want to make it?
This was for whip of choice and tell about your first job, and then a whip you've given yourself permission to stitch on. Because I give myself permission to stitch on everything, because this is my hobby.
Who the flip gives...
Flip the book. Open the pages. I took out Rags to Riches by Joan Elliott. I am doing it all as one piece. Hold on. Oh, it's upside down. I am doing it all as one piece. This is on
your needle minder right in the middle.
I know. This is on 14 count precious metal from Silk Weavers. This pattern, I have had this pattern and fabric for this pattern for so long, I wasn't even stitching on even weave when I got it. So I did 472 stitches, which was to finish filling in this purple here and this purple here. and then start on the towel on her waist. I had hoped to do this for something with food on it, but because of all of the craziness that was my week last week between Monday afternoon helping make cards, and then Thursday with the water mess and the luncheon, didn't happen. It's fine.
But it's really fun.
No, it is fun. I mean, yes, it was obnoxious because I had not great reasons to not stitch. Well, the water was not a great reason to not stitch, but it was fine. Okay, and then I took out Fall on the Farm. Pumpkin Patch. Wishing you well. Why did I say that? Wishing well.
Because as you were talking about Pumpkin Patch earlier.
I was talking about pumpkins. Fall on the Farm. And this went for the monthly. An O and a B. What was my O? I don't remember now what my O was. My B was the bucket.
Ready for a bad Joe joke?
What?
Every time you say fall on the farm, the only thing I think of is tripping in your dad's field.
No. Been there, done that.
Also.
I didn't break anything when I did it. Timothy. This is on a piece of 32 count even weave that I hand-dyed myself. And I worked over here, and I got 630 stitches. I stitched her, I finished stitching in the well, and then I started, came down here. Pumpkin, the flower, the 2 chickens. I have part of this sheep done and part of that sheep done. Don't ask. So I have the 2 sheeps to finish, and then there's a little bit of ground underneath the sheeps, and that block will be done.
Yep.
Thank you. Fabulous. That has been my stitching for the week. Not the biggest week, but not terrible. And perfect timing, because there went the ding-ding for me to check the potato wedges.
That's what the Oven Chip Enterprise says whenever it's done.
Yep. We don't have haul, so we'll be doing plans next. That was probably really weird, because I think it, unpaused then repaused real quick. So back. Plans.
I think I might be taking a week off of anything crafting, just play some video games and just bleh. Because, basically, both the guys I work with at work in my department are off for either half or all of this week. So it's just me, myself, and I. And that's exhausting. Especially when everybody keeps coming up with their problems, because we're the problem-solving department. So,
take some time off crafting and just veg with video games.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no... I'm not ashamed of it. It's like, I need to take a break, and between Gundams is a great time, and I might actually do the Alien first. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just... bleh.
Well, so it is Scarecrow Week.
If I only had a brain.
Yep, at Daily 30. It is a 100-200 week, so a little less stressful getting stitches done. Let us start with... So the first prompt is to stitch on something that is fall-themed. I have a couple of fall-themed things. But in interest of, I thought of something else. In interest of, I kind of want to just get it done. Fall on the Farm is kind of what I want to stitch on for that.
Okay.
I have Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow too, but
okay, yeah. You're gonna laugh at me for the next one.
well, okay. So here's where I was at. I was thinking, I was trying to, because the only thing I haven't stitched on. There are two things that I haven't stitched on yet in my rotation: the Quaker Ball and Land of Liberty. Small problem with Quaker Ball. I can't find the beads that I got, the replacement beads that I got. I'm fairly certain I have a good idea of where they might be. I just need to go through that space and look for them. And if they're not there, figure out what I'm... go through that. Land of Liberty is 4th of July. Doesn't really fit for that. But since I'm working on Fall on the Farm for the monthly to try to get it done... I figured 200 stitches on Fall on the Farm for a weekly and then just roll right into the monthly at the end of the week wouldn't be too terrible of an idea. It's kind of where I'm thinking with that. Alright, so then the next one is to stitch on something that is scary to you. Quaker Ball is kind of scary because it's specialty stitches. It's beading. It's finishing something into a ball. It's kind of a scary project. I would really like to stitch on it for that. If I cannot find the items I need for it, my two candidates are Chaotic Stupid, because a D&D player acting chaotically stupid is very scary, and the Pirate, because, while that snowman pirate is kind of cutesy, I think seeing a pirate coming at me on a ship that looked like that might be scary. So, what are my backup choices if I can't... What's my backup choice if I can't...
I know, my pick is, and it's not on the list.
What?
Fall on the Farm.
Why?
Because harvest time is scary. It's a lot of frickin' work. Whether or not it rains properly. Farms are terrifying! If the rain is in a weird location, if the rain is too much, if it's too little, if it gets too hot, if it gets too cold, if the sun decides to fart in the wrong direction, you won't make enough money to pay for your farm.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go with that.
The way I can put, if you want, I can do Fall on the Farm for everything.
I could do Fall on the Farm for everything too, but I do want to get stitches on Land of Liberty.
Okay.
Even though it's only going to be about 400 stitches. I mean, I could swing maybe 600 on it with the last prompt. Because I don't think I'll get in trouble for it. Like I did the last time I did something like that. But okay. The next prompt is to stitch on something that is lovable. Because very few scarecrows depicted in media entertainment are lovable. If I only had a brain is one of them. So stitch on something that is lovable. There's birds on Land of Liberty, and some people think birds are lovable. Some people don't. I mean, some people think birds are scary. So really, I could apply Land of Liberty to something scary also.
Well, if you want to do the easy one, do Land of Liberty for scary and do Fall on the Farm for lovable, because those animals are cute.
Those animals are cute, but those birds are lovable too.
No. Technically, all animals are cute as long as they don't want to eat your face.
And
that's
all
why we
animals
have
can
zoos.
be scary because they can sometimes want to eat your face.
Whether or not an animal is cute or scary has to do with the fact of whether or not it thinks you're food and whether or not it's properly contained.
I will say Mama Cat outside has figured out that we are not a threat to her or the kittens, because she will let me peek over the porch without hissing at me now. She kind of looks up at me and I'm just like, hey Mama, checking in. Back up. So, stitch on a whip of choice, and I don't remember what the question was we were supposed to answer. Because, you know, my brain doesn't function right. So let's go see if we can find it. Find it. Stitch on a whip of choice and tell us if you have a plan for your whip or if you are stitching it for the love of stitching. That's pretty easy to answer. Most things I stitch for the love of stitching, even if I do have a plan for them eventually. Again,
I'm sorry, but if you are not loving what you are doing, you better love who you're doing it for, because this is like literally 3 to 4 weeks of a full-time job at minimum.
it's true.
A medium project is 40 to 80 hours. 100 stitches an hour.
Yes. That's the oven timer. It's gonna beep until some. Nope.
Okay.
Never mind. It's getting back up to temperature. Okay. The last one is to stitch on something that is valuable.
That's easy. Fall on the farm.
Well, yes. Fall on the farm would work for that because there's valuable things.
The farm. Land is valuable.
Quaker Ball is my most valuable whip as far as money I spent on it.
That too.
But Land of Liberty could also be counted as valuable because liberty is often purchased with the life of a human being. I'm pretty sure I can get away with that one with this admin crew. At one point in time, I posted something. It was back in 2020. I was not an admin at the time. I posted something for Daily 30. And it was the Teresa Kogut United We Stand. It just said United We Stand. It had 2 people on it. One was white, 2 women on it. One was white, one was black. I was stitching it, changed a few of the dress colors to match my favorite colors, and one of my very good friends, who happens to be African American, her favorite colors. And I said something about friendship and friendship being valuable, and I got told it was political.
Drugs are bad.
I'm not going to say anything.
You just did.
That's all I have to say about it. That's the food is done timer. So, hold please. Okay. So that's plans. Really. I do have a free pass, so I can throw a free pass on something if I want. Also. Announcements. My dog just licked my chair. I have no idea why. Moving along. No announcements. Spiel time.
Oh, yeah. Booty brain.
I feel like we're a little helter-skelter today, and that is kind of creepy. Spiel time.
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification. The whole YouTube thing.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Just
Yes. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this week. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained.
Are you not entertained?
No? Okay. Thank you so much. I certainly hope you come back next week because this is how we are. Have a good one.